So here we are going into the final game, the final series, the final everything of tonight.
This is going to be a 45-minute epic. I could see it coming. We're going to be dead by the end of it.
We go back and I'm like, Graycon, I'm sorry, but you have to just push the schedule back by 6 hours. Like, everybody's got to sleep, dude.
Yeah, it's like a pilot.
No,
you can't allow it. It's very dangerous to let a caster with a lack of sleep get on the stream. They could direct it in a very awkward manner. You never know. That would be terrible. They would make mistakes. Like, they would miscall the name of a unit, and there would be massive threads on Team Liquid. It would be very unpleasant.
And let's get ready to go. This is Metalopolis. Fantastic map chosen by DeViL. Going to help him out a lot overall. And will he be able to go the distance, or will he crumble under the King of Orcs' fist?
Potentially. Potentially. I suppose we're going to find out, aren't we? Let's find out right about now. Ladies and gentlemen, it is my pleasure for the final time this evening to bring you DeViL. He is in the green trunks, and he is in the green... God damn it, why is he in the green trunks? God, he stole Grubby's underwear. Seriously, he's done it.
It's alright, I got new Grubby underwear coming soon.
Oh, that's wonderful, yeah. I'm very happy to hear that, good God.
Not going to be purple, though.
They're doing this to me on purpose, I can swear. It is the final time tonight. I bring you DeViL in the green trunks, and he is playing Zerg to the east of this particular map versus his opponent. It is Grubby in the purple trunks, and he is playing Protoss to the west.
And, yeah. All right, take it away. I might pass it on you.
All right, cool. Thanks, man.
It's like
much appreciated.
It's like the relay team. I'm like, all right, dude, just take it.
Just take it.
Just take it, man.
It's like, but you haven't run 3 steps. Just take the baton.
I know. It's like I'm the guy in the team that like puts his hand back and drops it.
You are the worst guy.
I would be. At 14 hours into a relay race, I probably would.
Why would you have a 14-hour relay race anyway?
Well, it's the same as a 14-hour cast a day.
Well, I don't know. A 14-hour cast is significantly more fun as opposed to running around with a stick.
It's more difficult, too.
What's the point in running around a stick if you can't beat somebody with it? I ask you that.
Imagine if somebody got BM and just like threw at somebody's back of their legs.
That would hurt, I imagine.
It really would, because they're like pretty solid too. Because they have to be solid, because they have to grab it. So
yeah. What if they started doing relay race with spears?
With spears.
It adds an extra element of danger into it. If you don't get the handoff right, you get stabbed in the face. Yeah, something along those lines. Well, DeViL, what you up to? He's going to go hatch first against Protoss on Metalopolis, because hey, why not? That's just how he rolls.
Yeah, I mean, he's basically very smart with his kind of build orders here. He's like, well, the forward fast expand is not really going to happen here. I mean, it's pretty useless to do, so I'm going to go ahead and just go hatchery first here. And, you know, no Protoss player apart from White Raw really does it. I mean, he's the only one that does it all the time. And even when he does do it, sometimes he really does get punished hard for that. By a lot of aggressive Zerg players.
Yeah, he does. It's a good choice there. Obviously, if the hatchery does go down at that point and there are no cannons available, which there are of course not because no forge, then there is no real risk to that initially. Unless you get some kind of crazy 2-gate zealot, maybe proxy gateway somewhere, but DeViL already knows that hasn't happened. He's grabbed that gas. He is seeing that there's nothing out of the ordinary here, so he doesn't have to worry about that.
And we could see a relatively long gasless style coming from DeViL here, going up to double, maybe quadruple queens very, very shortly here, as he does have enough money to start double queens immediately, ramping up lings, actually choosing 8. Well, quite a large amount, and I think that is literally because of the way that the ramp is situated and the way that the building placements are, is that one zealot actually doesn't wall this off.
No, it doesn't.
So 8 lings are going to be able to just walk in, and 12 lings are being made now. So this could be a little bit difficult here for Grubby, and especially when gas has been stolen, is that he's not going to have a sentry as the second unit. It's normally going to be the 3rd unit. So
yeah, this is nasty. It's odd that Grubby would make this error. I have to wonder if he's just tired. The building positioning is suboptimal. That's not how you usually do it. And honestly, I don't really know why he would go out here. He's just going to be able to run and maybe even surround the Stalker. He gets the dodge, and DeViL himself making a few errors here, but this is an easy run by. He's going to try it. Chrono boosted out. Oh, never mind. He's got the gateway down to stop.
Oh, he's now going to trap all the lings in there. Can very easily force field to protect the sentry, which didn't work out too well.
Oh, never mind. Yeah.
But at the same time, is going to kill a lot of lings. Stalker, though, in a bit of trouble, is going to walk at the same speed as they're at walking speed right now.
Yeah, the problem is every time he takes a turn, he's going to get his ankles nibbled, which is not so pleasant. He needs to get out of there immediately. And, of course, not that lings in. That wouldn't be so great. There aren't all that many lings anyway, but still. A bit of a sloppy opening, honestly, from Grubby right there, and attempt to exploit. Trading that many links for a sentry at that stage, especially on one gas, it might be worthwhile.
Yeah, and facing that aggression, not being able to throw down the Nexus that fast, he's literally got no choice to throw down the double gateway, so he does. And then very, very shortly, he's going to be able to start to increase that sentry count as he's now on double gases, will want to take more soon, but the sentry is obviously going to be the most important thing here. Meanwhile, DeViL, on the other hand, has gone up for that quadruple queen action, and that's going to enable him to creep spread super well here. He doesn't want to play for a Mutalist style on this map by just getting those, but Grubby lets these units in, and another sentry is going to go down, unfortunately for Grubby. Maybe he just is getting tired as well, and if a Stalker goes down as well,
that would be disastrous.
That would be horrible.
Yeah, that's really silly. He almost lost that one.
A lot of units here.
It's very much slacking off. This is not the Grubby we saw earlier, who was up against Sen, who was playing top of his game, and then only lost that really awkward Mutalisk switch.
Pylon as well to slow Lings, and not a good game so far. Grubby actually throws down 2 additional gateways, so we're literally going to be seeing the same thing as we saw previously. But the thing is, it's been scouted, so this is where it becomes almost impossible to break through. Once it's been scouted, the Roach Run's on the way, Roaches can be made, Lings can be made. It's going to get shut down so easily compared to the previous game where it went undetected, which is why it was so overall strong.
Yes, exactly. It managed to sneak past there. Good placement of the pylon. That has not happened this time around, and I don't really know what he's trying to do here, honestly. It's going to be dealt with so easily, one would think. DeViL would have to do something crazy like, so I'm just going to produce a round of 16 drones right now. Hey, why not? You know, I'm such a baller. I can produce 16 drones from 2 hatcheries. I'm going to bend the laws of physics, time, and math. But whatever the case, he's going to get plenty of units. He already does. He's got 4 roaches. He's going to have 5. He's going to have observing speed by the time this hits as well. So I don't see him having any problem holding this.
And Grubby could be in a lot of trouble right now. This aggressive pylon has been seen and will get picked off as well. The more passive one at the back is still going to maintain its location, but this is where it gets really difficult for Grubby because it's been scouted. Zergling speed is now finishing 2 spine crawlers as well. Roaches are aplenty as they now pop out to over 9. And this is going to be really difficult for Grubby to break. And I think he already knows it and is just simply going to retreat home.
Nothing to do here.
Yeah, just going to take double gases immediately into robotics facility. Even added on a cannon to prevent the kind of 2-base all-in-esque style.
Yeah, it's odd that as well that he goes at hallucination straight away. I suppose that's just to avoid the build time spent, and of course, well, it's not going to be the gas because he spent more on hallucination, but maybe just the build time on that robotics facility, building an observer right there. I can't really think of any other reason why you would take that as opposed to some weird trickery like we saw earlier, but I don't think a Stargate transition is going to end up happening here.
No, I mean, he can easily just go ahead and build an Immortal straight away. If he builds an Observer, it's like, well, why did you get hallucination? It doesn't make that much sense.
So he builds an Observer.
I mean, it's not too well because, I mean, Force Field, I mean, he's already lost like 2 or 3 sentries in this game already. So having to spend 100 energy on a hallucination as well, it's kind of so-so. At the same time, he could hallucinate units, but what's that going to do, to be honest? So
that's the problem is that against Roachling, why would he hallucinate units when he can actually just place force fields? It's a more effective thing to do. Against a different kind of composition, sure, absolutely. Fake Colossus, something like that, but not happening here, certainly. Grubby's going to hallucinate a Phoenix and is also going to get an Observer out, which does seem a little odd, but whatever the case, it's not a huge deal. And DeViL's going to take this hatchery down at the bottom as well, while Grubby moves up to try and secure his 3rd.
And Roach speed on the way. 1-1 is also on the way too. Meanwhile, Grubby will be able to hold on to a 3rd base relatively easily, especially because these upgrades haven't finished yet. Colossus, well, Robotics Bay is on the way also. So Grubby should be looking to take a 3rd base very shortly here. Meanwhile, the 3rd base is just about going to finish now for DeViL at the right-hand side. Meanwhile, adding on drones right now, pushing up to 51 drones compared to 51 of Grubby also, so relatively equal between these. And is Grubby actually going to even plant down the 3rd base, or is he actually just going to go ahead, maybe waypoint a Colossus and just Chrono boost it out directly and go for a push here? And to be honest, it's still really tough. He does have an Immortal in the mix, which is going to help out against Roaches, but at the end of the day, the upgrades are going to kick in very soon for DeViL over here, and he can start morphing all these units out.
Yeah, he's got good creep spread as well in terms of his defense there, so I don't really know what Grubby's plan honestly is. I mean, he's moving on to creep, which is dangerous in and of itself. He could potentially be surrounded. He scouts and sees exactly what his opponent's got, and there are more Roaches on the way up that as well, and that's the armor supply. DeViL does have a slight lead in that regard. Grubby, well, he does have an upgrade lead at the moment. That's going to change very shortly. And he's going to have to move that Colossus in. And if he's he's able to cancel this, this will be great. Oh, nicely done. There we go. One down. If he cancels double upgrades, even better. That's a wonderful start. Nice force fields going down for Grubby there.
Now he needs to get the hell out because he's going to lose everything right now if he's not careful.
Yeah, he really, really does. Unfortunately, while they were nice, they weren't quite enough. And driven all the way back here. The sentries are going to get smashed to pieces. He's still on creep. This entire way back he's going to be on creep. That's really nasty. That entire force just got crushed. And Grubby's hopes and dreams are going down the toilet right here.
And this third base is going to get killed too. Grubby can't cancel. He can't afford to. He's going to try and wall himself in. But at the same time, 22 lings are about to pop. And there's a handful of stalkers. These roaches are actually just going to go one-shot the Colossus as soon as they get close. Unfortunately, Colossus can't walk over buildings, so it actually has nowhere to hide up there.
Yeah, he's even able to actually stop the +1 from researching on the armor there simply by killing the pylon next to it. And he's gone into the mineral line. And surely he's not going to stop. No, he's not. Extended Thermal Lance does finish right there just as...
he actually cancels it. Oh, no, he actually does get it to finish.
No, he's got it. Yeah, he's got it. That will certainly help, and there we go. He's managed to block it in there quite nicely. The cleanup is coming in from Grubby's Colossus, and there's no way for those roaches really to get out. So he smashed that. There's a lot of lings putting pressure on here, but I don't think it's quite enough, honestly, to destroy the Nexus. That should be cleaned up quite easily.
Yeah, the Nexus is going to live here. There's enough Zealots here to get rid of it, even though it's going to take a few health losses. Meanwhile, Mulists are on the way, which basically killed Grubby every single game against Sen. 10 more are about to pop. Gas is aplenty right now. Oh my god, DeViL has 800 gas banked up. He can literally produce another 6. He's going to be at around 20 Mulists in the unit tab. Grubby has 9 Stalkers again, getting caught off guard simply because he doesn't use the Observer that well in terms of aggressively scouting. He uses it very defensively in strategical locations, but he doesn't put it into the base of an opponent, so he actually never knows about these tech switches, which makes Zerg so strong. And Grubby could be in a world of trouble right now. 14 Mulists are out, 6 on the way, 20. Oh, it's going to be so difficult for Grubster.
It's his nightmare again, isn't it? He keeps losing to Mass Muter, and it is hard to deal with, certainly. I think Grubby's certainly got a good shot here with the amount of sentries he's got, and his stock count's reasonably good with the +1/+1 upgrade. No +1 available for the Muters of any sort, but this Muter count I think is going to get really, really high, and by the time the Grubby hits, if he's got, I don't know, will he go straight for it? It looks like he will, which is an interesting decision, but she should be able to stop that third. There you go, and it's down. Nicely done, and oh, Grubby's just thinking, oh no, not this again.
And basically, DeViL, I mean, roaches are relatively cheap on gas too, and if he can get enough of them just to sit at the front of the army, he basically needs to build like 5 overlords right now as well to open his supply up, and that can pretty much max out quite comfortably right now, though he is a little bit supply blocked, so does need to focus on that. Meanwhile, what does Grubby do from here? He's trying to research the Protoss shields level 1, so that tells us that he does want to eventually go over into Archon. Archon would be great against his composition, but overall, he's so far away from even getting close to that. Blink is only halfway done. Templar Archive's only just starting. And Grubby, once again, just not understanding this tech switch, which is throwing him down on the ropes again. 24 Mutalisks.
Every Zerg player I'm seeing is exploiting him on this one. Stefano did it, Sen did it, DeVil's now doing it, and waited to the last game in order to do it as well. So he manages to lull his opponent into a false sense of security before coming down with this on top of him again. 24, no upgrades, and Grubby's stalker count is now really high, honestly. He's now at 24 stalkers and Blink's about to finish, and he's got +1/+1, so I think it looks like he's going to deal with it much, much better. The risk is, of course, oh no, this would be disastrous if he loses the Colossus, which he might. The Sentries will certainly go down. Oh god, no! That couldn't have gone worse right there for Grubby. He is able to save one, and Muter count did dip. He lost 6, but a trade for a Colossus and some Sentries, definitely worth it.
And replenish them as well. And what Mutalist can give you is basically the ability to take the entire of the map. A 4th and 5th base is being constructed at the same time. Now he can tech up if he wants to. Infestation Pit, Hive. He's literally going to have so much gas incoming very, very shortly, while Grubby has to defend until he gets some form of defense against this via Storm, via High Templar.
It's nasty, isn't it? And really, unfortunately, oh, nasty control there from DeViL, actually, as Grubby leaps in and picks off a couple of Muters for free. And no problem with that. But look at that. The ground army is looking scary. The Colossus count is only at 1, so these lings are going to be much, much better than you otherwise would have expected. It's a shame for DeViL that he lost those upgrades earlier, because that would have really benefited him here. Grubby's going to have a bit of an edge in that regard, but DeViL's army is quite large. He's still going to have to engage into that, and Hallucinated Phoenix is able to check out what's going on there, and I don't really think that DeViL could charge directly into that wall. That's a silly thing to do.
No, Storm's about to complete it as well, so that's going to wreck this army rather fast, and I'm surprised that the Hive is just now going down. Could have gone down a little bit faster, and basically the best thing to do right now is go ahead and be like, LOL, or go ahead and build Ultralisks, and it's like, oh, because, I mean, Mulus can give you so much control. You can literally take gas from every single base on the map so fast, and then it's so easy to tech switch in these different routes. But the thing is, Grubby is approaching 170 supply, that is, so he's not too far away from getting maxed out. Another warp in the units, and Grubby could actually be ready to fight, and that may be something that DeViL doesn't really want to do right now as he's trying to get up to Hive.
Yeah, I mean, he is mining very, very rapidly since he does hold the gold, which is helping him a lot. He's also starting to saturate this base down the bottom, and no real harassment is coming in from Grubby, honestly. You got this Hallucinated Phoenix coming in, no sign of Warp Prison Tech or anything like that. So there is the possibility that DeViL could start to remax quite rapidly after losing that. He's going to go in and... a storm comes down. Ooh, nice. Not too shabby.
That may trigger Grubby just to go. He's just completed 6 cannons on that third base. It's well defended against any Mulus or whatever, so he actually could go right now, clear out the creep. He does have an observer with his army, then could even start to take the gold base as well, as it still has it. But there is that Ultralisk and Greater Spire switch coming at the same time now. It's pretty bad to go for both of them. He needs to decide which one he wants to go down. Greater Spire would be the worst one, simply because there's so many Blink Stalkers out right now. Ultras would be the best, especially because his upgrades are filtered down that way already. And meanwhile, Stargate has been added on. But slowly but surely, Grubby is pulling into this game, and he is going to advance into the center of the map now to start taking a 4th base.
Yeah, in the meantime, DeViL's going to go for it, but look at the wall-off is very strong. I mean, the Lynx just can't do a damn thing at this point. It would try Baneling bust Fleet Beacon on the way up for Grubby as well. Grubby gets slightly supply blocked. That should be easily fixed, however, for him. DeViL's army is now getting significantly larger. Corruptors are being added on as he spots that there may be a potential threat here. Did he spot the Fleet Beacon?
I don't think he did. I really don't think he did.
Where is the Fleet Beacon?
It's on the third
yeah,
page,
he doesn't know about that.
See it yet,
so I suppose he's building Corruptors to... He's not doing it to kill the one Colossus. Yeah, he's going Broodlords, which is terrible idea.
He's got Broodlords and Ultras, so he's going for a bit of both right now. But we do have a Fleet Beacon coming. Mothership will surely be on the way. But Grubby's now managed to get this 4th base. He can build a pylon there, start building cannons there. So basically, Grubby's going to sit on this base until the pylon's complete, cannons are constructed, and then that's when he can start moving around, because he has to defend against stuff like this.
Yeah, the storm goes down, but it's easily a dodge, or maybe not. He's going to run into another one right there.
The Stalkers are just dying, though, on the left-hand side of this flank, and that's horrible for Grubby.
Yeah, that's not so great at all, and DeViL's pushing really, really hard there. Grubby decides to blink away from that. Mulus count does go down a little bit, and he's charging him right with the Mutas, which is perhaps not the best of ideas. An Ultralisk pops up to say hi, and I have to wonder if DeViL could really do any more damage there. He did throw away a lot of Mutalisks, and I suppose just because he doesn't really care, he needs to free up supply, and he has already just remaxed just to follow that one up. And Ling and Broodlord for the moment, plus a couple of Ultralisks. Now, he did show the Ultras, but he hasn't shown the Broodlords yet.
Yeah, that was actually really bad for Grubby to lose that. He didn't actually achieve anything apart from a little ring around the rosy there. But there's so many Stalkers out, and 7 more are being warped in. A bunch of Spine Crawlers are going to appear on the gold base for DeViL very, very soon. But there's like 8 Broodlords or so. Let's have a look at the production, the unit tab. There are 8 Broodlords, 2 Ultralisks. So this is maybe getting a bit difficult here for Grubby, as he's only at 2 1-1 upgrades compared to the mighty Broodlings, which are going to be at 2-2.
Yeah, he wants to try and lock him down with the Lings first. If he's able to do so, then he'll be in a mess. But the Lings do get cleaned up by the single Colossus. He's not having any of that nonsense. And the Broodlords are what's going to make the difference here. It's going to have to be a really good engagement. And they're in a good position as well. I'm liking that a lot. He's using the Void in the center to start shelling from that direction. And...
Oh, sorry.
I was going to say, and it's difficult to engage there.
I know, it'd be like Darth Vader throwing his Lord Sith into the dark pit down there.
That's pretty much it, yeah.
If the Blink Stalkers try to blink down there, it would be. And, pretty suicidal.
Yes, it would be. Unfortunately, they can't do that. And while a couple of Broodlords were picked off right there, it's easy enough to... I mean, look at his money. He's got tons of it. He's got loads of gas. And the Broodlord's now caught out of position. I'm really not sure what that was all about, unless he wants to throw them away to swap them for Ultras. You just don't do that. He walks into massive storms. Grubby absolutely wrecks this army here.
And he's doing okay, but there's still a lot of roaches left. But Grubby Stalkers are just about going to prevail, especially with these 2 Immortals just tanking away damage. The problem is the production tab. Oh my god. 40 Lings, 2 Ultras, 20 Roaches, 10 Corruptors about to spawn out.
How do you even
almost
do that?
Remaxed immediately once again. And DeViL is in a great position because Grubby's attacking into a bunch of Spine Crawlers.
With High Templar, which is not a good idea. There's a lot of High Templar thrown away there. One Storm into the middle of a small pack of Roaches. DeViL gets back in there, wants to start throwing down on this force. He doesn't really have the upgrade count to make it brutal, but one way or the other, he will force his opponent back. And one Immortal, second one surrounded and annihilated. Very nice. And oh hi, Mothership out of nowhere.
Yeah, that would have been useful before.
Yeah, it would have been, honestly. The Corruptors are now coming in.
Like, what's up? What's up? What's up? How you doing? You doing good? And the Broodlords, I mean, the Vortex is like, dude, please.
Yes, and just being let know by the admin what we already knew, which was this. I was going to say DeViL versus Hunk is your last one. Wait a minute, what? Another
like,
one?
You making us cast? No.
No.
And all like tells us in the last game of the best of 3, I'm like,
you're going to cast into the best of 3 series. Like, all right, okay, so where's the sleep going to come in? Down goes the Mothership, and Grubby now fighting for his life at this point as DeViL is smashing through. Superior production. You're going to sit on 5 bases, and you're just going to establish your 4th there. He's been mining for the gold this entire time with really nothing happening to it to stop him, and Grubby's army is now almost about to dip under 100.
And as that gold base goes down, that's going to be economy of Grubby just gone. There's nothing he has.
Yep, he's pretty much almost mined out up here. He's got saturated. He's done there, of course. And this is going to go down by the looks of it, unless he can stop it from going down. Oh, no, there it goes. And Grubby's heart sinks at that sight. And DeViL still sitting on 125 supply, but honestly, he has what he needs to keep mining. He's still mining for the gold. He's not actually saturated all that well there. His drone count is at 64, but it's still looking good, honestly, for DeViL at this point. And Grubby's not out of it yet, but things are looking hard for him.
Yeah, I mean, he's going to attack into these Spine Crawlers again, which is obviously cost inefficient as so many Lings and stuff could just surround and he loses a lot. The thing is, 3 more Ultras, 2 more Broodlords. Grubby's economy is so bad right now, mining from a single base at the north left-hand side. And it's not looking good for Grubby at all. And to be honest, this is incredible, kind of an underdog story from DeViL in this series. But he's already out of the tournament going 0-2. But I guess there is that still off chance, depending on map scores, that he could still advance.
Yeah, he could. If he did, I think he would certainly deserve it. After the caliber of players that actually put in here, Grubby goes for it and takes the gold out, but loses a lot of his army in the process. Feedback going in on the Queens there, but that's a lot of High Templar. They're about to die here. Oh, the Queen is off creep, never mind. So they do get away, and Grubby is actually trying to establish another base up to the top right here. Really close game so far. Both guys dipping low in supply, trying to remax as quickly as they can. The income tab is not looking great for either player, really.
And Grubby cannot afford to lose at north base, but the Immortal count is slowly crawling up, actually, to a decent level where Ultralists are becoming pretty much useless in this game.
Yeah.
So we're getting the request here, TotalBiscuit, of a 30-plus minute game on our last game of the evening. So.
Looks like it, yeah. And, I did say it would be a 45-minute epic game. Let's see if that actually ends up being the case.
It looks like it.
I suppose we don't need sleep.
Broodlords, there's not that many Stalkers, especially being on the higher ground, can blink up, and he misses the blink.
Oh my, but they eat a Psy Storm, and DeViL does not actually move out of that, and they were sniped off way faster than they should have been. The Immortals will tear through that Ultra count. Grubby throws him back again.
Can't believe Grubby does this every single game with minimal units, does it so well. Another Broodlord gonna get sniped
He's
off.
pulling back into this game. He now actually has the lead, if you can believe that. He's been on the ropes for a very long time, especially after losing that base in the center. We thought it could be lights out here, but Grubby with a great engagement and is smashing his way through DeViL, who is suddenly just running out of resources.
He is. He's actually not mining from a single base. Grubby, while we're being sleepy little people over here, takes down this bottom base with a couple of Zealots. So he's actually not looking in bad shape right now. He has a couple of Storms as well. Cannot fight into these Spine Crawlers, though. And meanwhile, Grubby has successfully got up that top right base and is going to mine from it. So Grubby on 2 bases still and is slowly coming back into this game. These Ultralists are so ineffective. I don't even know why you build one. It's literally going to get one shot by these Ultras. I mean, these Immortals.
They will tear into pieces. They do not have a care in the world when it comes to knocking down Ultralisks. And 2 more Immortals even being added on into the mix. Another Corruptor. And I think DeVil's just lost the plot at this point. He's down to 75 supply. He doesn't have a comeback for this. He thought he'd won so many times. He had a really good push and did a lot of damage, but now Grubby is stabilized thoroughly, and Grubby looks like he will smash his way through here after a fairly nasty battle. A quick blink out of there, nice bit of play to snipe off 2 spine crawlers, and he will advance.
And slowly but surely just building his army up and up and up, and it's getting stronger and stronger. 153 supply again, 102 in army compared to a miserable 46 from DeViL. And DeViL is now on the back foot, just being out macroed in terms of economy late game. And Grubby's force is actually going to come pounding through.
Yep, the Psystorm doesn't really do a huge amount there. DeViL goes in. Oh, very nice feedback right there on the Infestors. Good stuff. The Ultras try and smash their way through right into the Immortals. A Storm drops in there, and oh my, they run right past the Immortals. They get good flank shots on at those Ultras. One just falls down. A kind of a pathetic sight, really, as the Stalkers trample it into the dust. And DeViL is going for the base and is going to die horribly. And this, I think, is going to end up being a GG situation. I'm surprised that DeViL has not given up by this point, really. He's down to 59 supply now, 155 for Grubby. No hope, really, for DeViL whatsoever.
And Grubby takes up another base at the top right, and as that base goes up, and the Zergling doesn't even get to see it, unfortunately, but he knows it's coming. Broodlords are at 4 right now in the center of the map, but that's all he has. 4 Broodlords, a single Corruptor, and 24 Zerglings versus Grubby's decently upgraded 3-1-2, 3 armor, 1 shield, or the other way around, should I say. The shield is the shield's at 1 actually, so 3 armor, 1 shield, and 2 attack. But 13 Stalkers, 7 High Tempo, 4 Archons, and 6 Immortals. Just so much damage output and so much versatility with this army. It can literally fight anything right now.
Yeah, pretty much. It's the right mix for the right job, which is any job. And Grubby's got the Storms ready to go. He's going to blink.
Like a pocket knife, Grubby's army.
Yeah, exactly. It's the Grubby's army knife. Yeah, he just pulls out
Swiss army knife.
He pulls out a corkscrew right there. He's like, "What does that counter?" This wine bottle, he says, as he sits back in his chair, just chilled out, smoking jacket, pipe. I can just see that happening. He uncorks the cognac and said, "That's what the corkscrew's for." And Grubby's going to jump out of there, no problem whatsoever, with a certain degree of elegance. And there's 6 Immortals. What are you going to do against 6 Immortals? You're just not. I mean, this is about time for DeViL to give it up and let us go to bed.
And an expected counterattack here, as Grubby says, "I got a lot of zealots, man. Don't even try."
I don't care. I got +1 shield. I got a lot of zealots. I'm going to slice you into little kibbles, and there's nothing you can do about it. Even if you are +3, I couldn't give a toss. They are actually getting overwhelmed there. There were actually more lings than we thought. But again, economic damage at this stage doesn't really matter all that much when you've got nothing to stop this army.
And look at this army. Oh my god, it's so powerful right now. The Broodlords are getting up. But the thing is, Broodlords are good when they actually have other units underneath.
Yeah, they need support, otherwise
roaches,
they get sniped.
Lings, anything, Infestors. They're literally alone. So Grubby's going to have a very easy time blinking underneath. Granted, in the center of the map, there are some Spine Crawlers and Queens, but this is it. This is the last ditch from DeViL. He has to transfuse like I've never seen transfuse happen before.
Yeah, he does. He needs to bring all the Queens off. He's got to hold them alive. He's got to allow the Broodlords to go in. The Broodlords also lacking upgrades, honestly, with the +1. They don't have that. A Mothership is coming in again from Grubby. That's a good choice, honestly, but I don't think he's going to need it by this point. Oh, wow, nicely done. The feedbacks go on the Queens. They're immediately annihilated. No transfuse for you. GG, ladies and gentlemen. Grubby's through after a ballistic set of games, really.
Let's have a look at that group real fast. I haven't even got my headset on properly. We actually have Death Angel. Wow, Death Angel takes a 2-0 win against Sen.
I tell you, don't mess with Death Angel, man. He's dangerous.
And Sen, and that actually, what's that put the score through? That really confuses the group, because now we have Grubby at 2-1, at 4-3. Grubby may actually lose in 3rd place.
Yeah, he could go out because of what map difference.
Maps,
yeah, he could.
Rather than just the 2 of Death Angel and Sen, which would be a terrible upset. Cast 3-0. About time that kid stopped winning online tournaments, won offline tournaments.
He's rolling. Yeah.
Idra 2-1 in his group, and the other group is still completing right now as well.
Yeah, so Grubby could potentially go out rather. We'll have to wait for, I suppose, judgment from the admins, because obviously that isn't really given up yet, but it might come down to more maps lost there, as Grubby was not able to take that series 2-0. So Death Angel, really good. I mean, going up against Sen in ZVZ and winning 2-0, what kind of sorcery do you need to make that happen?
That's crazy. That's crazy. And I actually think that Grubby's going to be out now.
That's looking likely, yeah.
Yeah, just by one map. That's going to be really disappointing for him, especially the way he played in that last game was so good. So,
yeah, it really would be. Yeah, we'll find it from the admins. Obviously, the PD isn't quite up to date yet, so there's a possibility. But
we could be wrong.
Yeah, keep an eye on that one, folks. Obviously, you know, we don't really know at this point. We'll find out by tomorrow, I'm sure. But that's us. 14 hours later, that is us for the first day.
Yeah.
We go to bed, we get up 7 hours later, we do it again. So hopefully
again tomorrow.
Yeah, hopefully you guys will come along to the arena if you happen to be at Dreamhack with the Steel Series Arena in Hall C, which is right next to the Complet.se and the Sapphire booth, MSI, and of course the entrance to the little food court right there. It's a good thing to do. Come along.
Grab some food, watch some Starcraft.
It's good stuff. Yep.
Egg is on as we go for another 14-hour session.
Yep.
Exactly.
Easy job, some say, until they do it.
So all it is talking. All it is
talking.
All
it is talking. Easy mode, son, easy. Whatever the case, thank you to you guys for spectating. Of course, thanks to the other streams who've done a stellar job today. Day 9 and Mr. Bitter working their asses off. Tasteless and Artosis. Tasteless in particular working through an eye infection and still continuing to just say, you know what, we're just going to do it anyway. Hard-working guys, folks, definitely deserve to be where they are today. This has been Dreamhack 2011, day 1, and what do we have in store tomorrow? God only knows. We're about to find out, though. We're going to bed. We'll see you tomorrow. Good night.
Good night.